Welcome back to my garden. Welcome back to my garden, sanctuary soil. Today we're gonna have a lot of work to do because even though I've been keeping up with it 10 minutes at a time, you know, every other day or sort of, you know, it has not been enough because we are changing seasons from summer to fall. So today is going to be a lot of work. So this video is going to be a little bit long and probably divided into 2 parts. So we'll see how much we can get done. And I'm going to show you first where I am, and then I'm going to share what I'm going to get done today. It's a beautiful initial of fall day, and I'm really excited that I finally get a chance to spend some quality time with my garden. So let me show you where we are right now. So first of all, this bed, which I already planted with my fall plants, is already growing and doing fantastic. I kept my basil from summer. It's not looking so hot, so I'm gonna trim it a little bit today to see if I can get some fresh basil, but I have actually 2 additional new plants of basil that I'm gonna plant somewhere else in case that doesn't do so well. Then we have some, romaine lettuce that is doing really well, as you can see, and some red leaf lettuce that is really happy, so that's fantastic. Then in the back of the bed is the beginning of my green peas, my magnolia peas, as you can see. They're doing great. And moving on. And then I planted some carrots. Last season I got 1 carrot. It looks like this season I'm gonna get more, so that's awesome. And then the rest of the bed is radishes, and I kept marigold from the summer plants, but I think I'm gonna pull it. I guess I just wanted to keep some color. This is the second bed that I already prepared and amended and planted some of the plants. I have in here I think some cabbages. Yes, cabbages. I have some cabbages across, and then in the back I planted some more of the peas that they're gonna start grabbing onto that fence, and so they're coming up. And then I have some plants in here that I put them in the space but have not been planted. As you can see, I still have the flat. I need to plant this today. And then I have some that I started from seed that are doing really well, and so I'll be planting those today also. And these guys are, as you can see, broccoli and red beans. So I'll be planting the red beans in my trellis and the broccoli in the other bed that is not done. Here's some green beans that is doing very well, and already, as you can see, they're climbing and doing fantastic. So let me help it up. There you go. And again, some of cabbage. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, and I'm actually going to put some mulch in it to protect it. I have also done a little bit of things in this particular bed, not a lot. I cleaned it up from some of the summer plants and actually planted broccoli that I bought as a starter plant. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants of broccoli, and I'm going to freshen up a little bit and plant the other ones that I have in here. I bought Brussels sprouts, so I'm gonna plant these in the rest of this bed that I'm gonna be clearing out from some of the plants that I didn't take the last time. So a lot of work that I have to get done. Okay, the plan for today is to clear that bed, pull out all the tomatoes that are in that bed, amend it, and plant the fall plant in there so that it looks like this bed over here. And maybe today, or if not tomorrow, I'm gonna go to this bed. I will leave the peppers because they're still doing very well, but I am going to amend the soil and add some soil so that I can plant some more fall plants while these peppers have their last go. But as you can see, they're still producing wonderful peppers and serrano peppers, and so definitely want to keep those going, as well as the ones back here. They're still producing lots of peppers, so those are great. Anyways, and the next thing that I'm gonna do this weekend is I'm gonna clear my trellis. If you can see, the trellis is totally dead. It was majestic and beautiful, but now it's definitely gone. So I'm gonna clear that, and I'm going to be planting new red beans. So it's gonna be fantastic. They're already growing over there. So that's the plan. So let's get started. Okay, cleanup is done. This bed is completely empty. All the tomatoes from the trellis, is gone. And also whatever was left from the other one is also gone. And so now it's time to amend the soil, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the straw that is in there because it's great for absorbing water, and I'm going to put the new soil on top of it, and that's the soil that I'm going to be planting on. And then after a couple of days I'll come back and put some mulch in, kind of like this bed over here, right? I already put the soil, but I haven't put the mulch. I'm going to do that today. So we're moving forward. That was about 10 minutes. So if we were to do this garden 10 minutes at a time, literally that would have been a one-day task, right? One day, 10 minutes, come out and clean up. Another day, 10 minutes, put the soil. Another day, you plant the plants. That's how you do a garden 10 minutes a day. Now, I was a little irresponsible. Well, not really, because, I have a full-time job that in the last 3 weeks have been pretty intense. And so I basically had come in here and just kept the plants watered and collected all the tomatoes and peppers and ground cherries that were ready to pick. And then that's it. But I still have a beautiful garden. So, okay, let's go ahead and put the soil in. So you're probably wondering, why am I doing one bucket at a time instead of bringing the whole bag? Well, the bag, the bag is literally 2 cubic feet of soil. It's too big, I cannot carry it. And so this is great exercise, but I can't carry that big bag. So I have taken 2 big buckets out of it. I think that now I can carry it, bring it over here, and dump the rest of the bag. And so I'm gonna put 2 bags of 2 cubic feet each, and that would be 4 cubic feet. As you can see how low the bed went. I literally, when I did the bed the first time, which was this spring, this is the first time I have this bed this spring. It was amazing. And look how much it compressed. And so I'm adding 2 cubic feet. I think I'm gonna go back up here where I left it in the spring, and now next year it might compress, but not as much, because that was like new soil. This is new soil too, but it's more compact. And I'm not going to disturb the ecosystem that's going on already there, because there's already a lot of good stuff going on. And so I'm just gonna, like you see, put it on top, and then plant on this, and just keep adding soil, you know, probably every year. Once it gets too full, then you just amend it with nutrition and compost and things like that. But that's where we are. So I'm gonna go get the bag and finish this one bag, and then I'm gonna go do the second bag, and then I'll come back when the whole thing is full. All right. Make sure that you only do what you can do. Don't overdo yourself, because you won't be any good if you hurt your back or your arms or your knees, right? So only do what you can do. If that means that I have to do it all in buckets, do it all in buckets. You know, at the end it's gonna get done in 10 minutes, okay? This bag was a little bit extra heavy, because I see how wet it is. I had opened it, left it open, and it rained, so it got full of water. So I actually added weight that did not need it to be added, but that's okay. It's here now. We're good, and water is good. So now I need to do the second bag. Okay, the cleaning is complete. The amendment is complete. All of the new soil is in the bed. Beautiful dark black gold. That's what we call that amazing soil. Can't see how black it is because of the sun, but it looks great. So what I'm gonna do now is I am gonna be putting a little bit of nutrition, and then we're gonna be planting the plants that are in the other bed. As you can see, these plants are waiting to be planted, and yep, and then that way we can have this bed done, and then in a couple of days I'll come back and put the mulch. Okay, let's get going. To get the plant out of the 6-pack, I use literally a plastic knife and cut the side walls so that I can lift the plant in perfect condition. I have marked where I want to do the plant so they have the proper spacing. I literally have done, I think, 18 inches between the plants. These guys are Brussels sprouts, and they're going to be big. So I want to give them plenty of space to grow and give me all the goodies they can get. This time around, I did do fall planting last year. And by the way, as you can see, I bought starter plants because I just was too busy this year, which is fine. You can do starter plants. No shame on that. And, oh, this is a big rock. Bye, rock. Oops. Oops. Anyway, so I did do starter plants last year, but I bought them too late. And so right now they have a month. It's the end of September. They have more than a month. Before it gets the first frost. All of these fall plantings are what we call frost hardy, which means that even if it gets to be 32 degrees Fahrenheit, meaning freezing temperatures, the plants can survive. As a matter of fact, they survived last year the whole winter, and then they didn't really get big. See that? Until spring, because I planted them too late. So right now I'm planting them early enough that they can continue to thrive and produce throughout the winter, and get big enough that they can do well. So there you go. So this bed I planted 6 Brussels sprouts. that bed I planted 6 cabbages, and my first bed I planted 6 broccoli, and now I have still 6 greens, collard greens, and those are going to be in the other bed. But here we go. All right, that will be a better close-up. And again, these are Brussels sprouts, and I planted one every 18 inches. And they look really healthy. I kept them in that 6-pack for a little while, but I kept them watered and healthy. So that bed is great, and I will be doing some companion planting, but I will be that in the next video. Okay, so it's later in the afternoon, and I didn't get everything done that I wanted to get done. I literally came out here 3 times, took breaks in between when I have something to drink, watch a little bit of TV, because at the end of the day, gardening is about enjoying the journey and being your sanctuary, right? And so I still got a lot done, so let me show you what I got done. Okay, so first of all, I cleaned this bed, right? Took all the dead tomatoes that were hanging out. As you can see, they're all gone from the fence and the cattle panel. And so we have 6 Brussels sprout plants in there. I didn't do anything with that pot other than clean the tomatoes that were up in there. In this bed, I didn't do anything but just water. Oh yeah, so I water all the plants. And I did clean all of the tomatoes that were in this fence, so that's great. It's all ready for fall. As you can see, the peas are already growing and going up. They're about to touch the fence, which is fabulous. And in here we have 6 cabbages planted in those little, these are the plants that I did from seed that I still have to plant, but I'm putting them here so that they get used to this environment and the sun. So those look great. As you can see, very nice. I didn't do anything with that pot. And then I watered my first bed that I already planted, and those are radishes, and then more peas going up, as you can see, across that fence. I also cleaned this fence that had a lot of green beans, all green beans, and then water the future carrots that are coming up. Water the red leaf lettuces that are going up, and water the romaine lettuces that are going up. So that is great. Oh, and I also watered the broccolis that are in this bed and the peppers that are still here. So there's still lots of work to do, but got a lot done today. So as you can see, I got a lot done today, so I am very happy with that. And I hope that this inspires you to get your garden going 10 minutes at a time. I promise you that how you feel about it as you're going through the journey and as you are harvesting the fruits of your work and, you know, just enjoying every step of the way, it just really gives you an outlet outside of the, you know, everyday craziness, right? So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and as you are gardening in your own video, even if it's just one little pot, you know, make it your sanctuary so that you can feed your body and your soul. Thank you for being with me, and see you in the next video.